Are you thinking about visiting Eden on the River in Vanuatu and wondering if it's worth it? I often find first-time visitors aren't sure what to expect. Is it just garden walks? Are there activities to fill in the whole day? Can you access from the cruise? And how much does it cost? After experiencing it ourselves, in this review, I'll give you an honest breakdown of what makes it special, what to bring and how to get there. In the end, it'll help you decide if Eden on the River is worth adding to your Vanuatu itinerary. Eden on the River is located on the main island of Vanuatu, where the capital, Port Vila, is found. You'll find it on the southeastern side of the island, roughly 30 to 40 minutes drive from Port Vila by car or tour vehicle. It's situated near the Rainforest River, surrounded by lush tropical gardens and small villages. Access is straightforward via the island's ring road, making it easy to combine a visit here with other nearby attractions. There are a few main ways to get to Eden on the River depending on your budget, travel style and whether you're in Vanuatu on a cruise stop or staying longer on the island. This includes the half and full day tours from your hotel or cruise terminal, a private driver or self-drive or car rental. We personally visited Eden on the River as part of a half-day tour which also included a stop at the Blue Lagoon. If you're only after a short visit and prefer the convenience of hotel pickup and drop-off, then a tour is the perfect way to get the stress out of transportation and negotiations. Some full-day tours also include Eden as a part of a larger island circuit with additional stops like local villages, beaches or other natural attractions. These are great if you like to see more of Efate without worrying about transportation or navigation. I'll link the Eden on the River tours in the description below, but the cost was about 5,000 to 7,000 Vanuatu, about 60 to 90 Australian, depending on your inclusions. If you're arriving in Port Vila on a cruise, Eden on the River is sometimes included as part of a shore excursion, or it can be visited independently. Just expect it to be very busy on these days, and if you book it on the cruise, it will cost you more than booking it on your own. If you want to linger longer, explore the gardens, enjoy the suspension bridges, or even having a picnic by the river, then going with a private driver will give you much better value without being limited by a tour schedule. You can arrange private drivers through Facebook groups, local forums, or by asking your hotel reception for trusted contacts. We also saw other hotel guests connecting with drivers via word of mouth. It's also good to share the rides and splitting costs. Keep in mind that arranging this on your own can take a little planning. You may need a local SIM or eSIM to message and confirm details with the driver. Make sure you negotiate a flat rate up front and expect about 120 to 140 Australian for a full day hire, and always carry enough cash to pay for it. Honestly, visiting independently with your own transport would give you much more flexibility and best return for your money. If you're comfortable driving overseas, renting a car in Port Vila is one of the most flexible ways to visit Eden on the River. However, the excessive potholes in the roads makes it a slow journey and sometimes more hassle than it's worth. With that said, a car is more practical if you plan to bring along your kids and extra gear like towels, snacks, or even a pool noodle for floating in the river. Like most attractions in Vanuatu, entry to Eden on the River is charged per person and usually paid in cash at the entrance. If you're visiting part of a tour, the entry fee is often already included in the total price, but it's always worth checking with your operator to be sure. Current entry fees for Eden on the River are 1,500 Vanuatu, approximately $20 Australian for adults. Opening hours are generally from 9 to 4:30 p.m, though hours may vary slightly depending on the season or if it's booked as part of a private tour. The first thing you'll notice at Eden in the River is how lush and green the surroundings are. Set in beautifully landscaped gardens, it feels like you've stepped into a tropical oasis. The grounds are well kept with walking trails, suspension bridges and shaded spots that make it a lovely place to simply wander and enjoy nature. The river itself is calm, cool and crystal clear, perfect for a refreshing swim on a hot day. There are gentle areas for wading as well as slightly deeper sections for those who want to fully immerse themselves. Floating tubes are sometimes available, making it fun and safer, but if you have small children, I would recommend bringing your own. For families, there's plenty of space to relax, picnic, or even take part in activities like mini golf. Nature lovers will enjoy exploring the gardens and spotting tropical plants all over the trails. One of the highlights is the suspension bridge crossing, which is a big hit for the kids, but it can be fun for all ages. It is an extra cost to use them, so make sure you purchase a hire package that the tour includes it. This is also where you need to be fitted for safety gear and led by a guide. Depending on the season, you may also spot or interact with some of the small resident animals, adding a bit of wildlife charm to the experience. Facilities are thoughtfully set out for visitors, including a small cafe, picnic areas, plenty of shaded relaxation spots. It really is a family-friendly environment where kids can play, adults can unwind, and everyone can connect with nature. As expected, there are no lifeguards on duty, so swimming is at your own risk. Supervision is important, especially for younger children. And also, while snorkeling isn't the main focus here, you can bring a mask along and you will find a few fish under the surface. If you would like to enjoy Eden on the River with fewer people around, I recommend arriving early in the morning or late afternoon. This way you'll likely miss the larger crowds from day tours and cruise ship groups. That said, the middle of the day does have its perks with more sunlight in the river, which makes the water sparkle, and warmer conditions for swimming. Best months to visit Vanuatu are generally the dry season, May to October, when you'll get these sunny skies, lower humidity and fewer chances of rain. We visited in June in the middle of winter, and as the river was on the cool side with all the shade, it wasn't enough for us to shy away from jumping straight in. Just be careful in the wet season, they might close it after heavy rain since it can be too dangerous for swimming. When planning your visit, I would allow at least 2 hours. This is the base entry package and gives you enough time for a refreshing swim and a walk through the garden and a chance to enjoy the rope swings. However, if you'd like to be involved in more of what the property offers, consider upgrading to the 4-hour ultimate package, which includes not just the swimming and relaxing, but also the barbecue lunch and 2 tours. This could be the Bridges of Eden adventure course, a carver plantation tour, and even an island slow cooking demonstration. Unlike the Blue Lagoon, which is famous for its striking milky blue water and rope swings, Eden on the River offers a more lush garden and cascading river experience. Which should you visit? Well, I think you should visit both, as they're such different experiences. Being that they're only 20 minutes away from each other, you could easily do them both in the day. However, there are some noticeable differences to help you out. First being the size, larger open swimming area of the Blue Lagoon versus the smaller river setting with the waterfall cascades at Eden. The price, the adult tickets are 500 Vanuatu at the Blue Lagoon versus the 1500 Vanuatu at Eden. And lastly, the experience with swimming, rope swings and fun Instagram-worthy photos with the blue water versus a relaxed atmosphere with swimming at Eden with rope swings and a suspension bridge. Overall, we both thought Eden on the River is absolutely worth visiting, and I would definitely visit again. It's a scenic, family-friendly spot that's perfect for cooling off, especially in Vanuatu's tropical heat. Between all the snorkeling and jungle swings that you'll see on the island, I see this as a nice, refreshing place that balances adventure with relaxation. We spent about an hour here as part of a half-day tour that also included the Blue Lagoon. While it was only a short visit, the highlights for me were the swim in the river, the small waterfalls that act like a natural massage jets, and the peaceful, shaded surroundings. If you can, I'd allocate at least 2 hours for your visit. However, I would recommend bringing a pool noodle or a floating device to make it even more enjoyable for a long, lazy float in the water. While I did see a few black flotation rings to slide down the rocks into the pool, these could be hard to come by in busier times. In the end, if you're spending time on Efate Island, I think Eden on the River is definitely worth adding to your Vanuatu itinerary. While it might not fill an entire day on its own, it's a perfect spot to combine with nearby attractions. And to find them, please check my video here on the best things to do in Port Vila or on the entire island. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you for the next one.